and welcome to CGTN live stream. My name is Jiaxin.
My name is Chen Yuan.
Welcome to 2023 World Robot Conference. Yesterday we've explored quite a lot of arenas for this conference's expo, and we've seen some very cool robots, including humanoids, some robots for industries.
Exactly, and collaborative robots as well. And we also see a lot of cool robotic dogs and cats.
Sure, so a lot of them have been playing a great role in our human life right now. We can't deny it. The era of robot is actually coming. Well, today we are here at a brand new area. If you can see this this place in my background is actually a contest, right? The robot contest is ongoing right now. So maybe Chen Yuan, you can give us a better idea of where we are and what this contest is about.
Yes. So this part of the venue is mostly used for the application of robots, and this is closely tied to industries and how we can effectively put robots into use. And so you see a lot of the contestants are from vocational schools, and they're trained in schools to program for robots and also to learn how to control these robots. So what we're seeing now is actually the preliminary test for the application, the robot application contest. And this part is a collaborative robot, what you're seeing. So you're seeing a programmed robot picking out a specific colored ping pong ball and placing them on this tray here, and their goal is to make a pyramid, and that's a part of the task for this contest. Yeah. But of course, this is not the only section for the application contest as well. Maybe, sure. Jiaxin, you can introduce more about the other section.
Yeah, so since we're here to, to dive into the details of the contest right here about the robotic arm and collaborative robots, about how it works and how this contest is all about. Maybe we can ask some professional. Hi, 老师您好，能给我们介绍一下今天就是现在我们所在这个场地正在举行的这个机器人比赛是一个什么样的赛制？然后目前这个机器人它的任务是什么？
大家好，我们这个赛项是围绕着这个世界机器人大会下面的有一个叫协作机器人应用与创新赛项。那这个赛项的设置呢，是围绕着国家这个智能制造到高端制造的整个发展的这个过程的，因为协作机器人它是我们高端装备制造里面的一个核心的部件，而我们这个赛项是培养的学生，主要是培养着我们这个学生主要是围绕着这个设备的编程，通过我们的电脑和我们的这个平板对设备进行一个编程和调试。那学生掌握了这方面的智能之后呢，未来走上社会，主要是服务于我们企业的这个蓝领。对。
Okay, so basically it's an extension of our school education, so students can get their work even further here and see how it applies actually to our life. Now, this is a crucial part in the high-end manufacturing industry right now. So, 老师，您能跟我们介绍一下现在我们这位学生，这位参赛选手他在干什么？然后他眼前的这个机械臂接下来要操作哪些工作？
我们现在这位选手主要是围绕着我们根据那个任务书的要求，要完成对我们协作机械臂的一个编程。在它编程的过程当中，要注意几个问题，比如说第一个，我们生产效率的问题，因为我们有没有发现，我们机械臂前面是有2个吸盘，那它用1个和用2个这个效率是不一样的。第二个，我们在搬的过程当中，在编程的过程当中，这个轨迹的规划的问题，从而提倡我们在生产制造过程当中的节能环保高。
Okay. So right now, this student over here, the participant here is trying to write some codes and command the robotic arm to set the ping pong balls to another plat, right? So,
and the key here is really to get how to program it in a way that it is effective as possible. And you see that according to this teacher here, he said that there are two tentacles here, and then that can you have to deploy them simultaneously in order to reach maximum productivity. And if you only use one, so currently it is testing how it can use not only one but two tentacles.
Sure.
Yes.
So this is a test between efficiency and accuracy, just to, the whole test is going to last a few more days, right? 这个比赛是不是要持续挺多天在这里？
我们整个比赛整个规划下来是3天，今天、明天和后天。在今天、明天我们是以测试赛为主，后天的话是整个总决赛，在大概后天下午4点10分左右进行一个颁奖。
后天下午4点10分。
对对对。
So this whole contest lasts about 3 days, and the first 2 days are for preliminary tests, and the last day is the final test. At about 4 p.m. on 今天是星期四 okay. At Saturday, yes, they will make final decision on who wins, and
there will be an
there will be
award
an
ceremony as
yeah.
well. 那老师，请问一下，就是他们现在有多长的时间可以准备呢？
现在今天和明天的话，每个队伍大概有3个半小时的时间，让他们有一个准备的过程。对。
决赛的时候他们有多长时间准备呢？
因为我们参赛队伍比较多嘛，真正在这个实操的设备上是只有3个半小时，但是我们决赛的话是后天嘛。在有的学员可能提前1个月、2个月在家里就做了一些自己的这个准备工作。
Okay, so they basically they have 3 hours ahead of time to prepare for the contest. 所以这个比赛它确实也是需要一段时间来完成。然后我们现在看到这个情况呢，它并不像我们想象中的那么激烈紧张，就是大家还是在一个准备赛的一个过程中，对吧？ Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of preparation going into it, and of course, the education that you're receiving in vocational schools definitely comes in to help. There's also what I heard is in the final contest, you will only be given 1.5 hours to prepare once you're given the task to program and do everything. So this is a challenge for the kids, definitely.
So I also have a question about the age of the participants here. 这些参赛的选手，他们现在是多大了？是一个大学生的年龄，还是中学生？
我们的参赛选手主要分为2部分，一部分是中学生的年龄，我们定义为叫职业中专的学校的学生，以及技工技师学院的学生，还有一部分是这个大学生，就是我们大专类的那个学生，主要是在我们给他们划分为2个组，中级组和高级组。
So the students are divided into 2 groups, one in the middle school, the other one about like college age, right? Okay. So here, 那么现在这边的这个参赛选手，他们是属于成人组的，对吧？
对。
Okay. So now here they are all grown-ups. Shall we tour around? Maybe go to some.
So this part is mostly the cobots, and we can also visit some of the other areas. For example, we can see the drone section in front of us.
Right. So the drone section is now setting up. Sadly, today they are not going to show their strength. Yeah.
But I heard that there are 3 main sections in the drone contest. There will be a drone race, but there will also be some of the more vocational training as well. It's very closely combined with the industrial practices of drones. For example, drones are widely used in electricity managing now. Do you know that? Yeah, you can manage power grid with drones. For example, when you're inspecting a pylon, a lot of the times with manual inspecting, you need a manned aircraft. And it usually takes a lot of time and it's expensive. But with drones, you can have a more precise camera, and you can also take photo shoots of the inspected area at nighttime and despite the temperature. So that really increases the efficiency.
Yes, and drones have been applied to some rescue scenes, emergency rescue scenes, including the recent flooding relief scenes in northern China, and other like fire control and rescue scenarios. So right now, what you have seen in our footage is basically the arena for the contest. We didn't spot a lot of people here. That's because the first 2 days is for preparing work. And the final test would be taking place on the third day, which is Saturday. So we are back to our exhibition area, which is the most vivid and interesting part of this conference.
Here are also some of the robots that we can see. It's also there's part of the contest as well, but then there's also this exhibition area that displays some of the robots that's already put into use. For example, what we're seeing now is a firefighting robot. As we know, firefighting is a tough mission that usually a lot of firefighters have sacrificed their lives.
Right.
Due to...
So we need to send some robots, some intelligent machines into the scenes ahead of human beings and inspect the environment, make sure that everything's all right for humans to enter.
Yes. So what we're seeing now, a lot of the fire robots and firefighting robots, they not only can put out steam to reduce the heat of the machine, but they can also navigate very complicated environment. For example, in the case of a firefighting mission, there can also be collapsed buildings and such. That makes it very difficult for firefighters to enter. So a lot of the robots that we're seeing here, they have these wheels or
they look just
parts.
like tanks.
They look like tanks.
Yes.
That would help them to navigate complicated landscapes.
Yeah, it's easier for them to transport, especially on difficult landscape. And here, the reason why many of them are painted red is because they can be used in firefighting and the natural disaster relief scenes. 好，我们现在在的这个场馆，它主要是有一些工业机器人，然后有许多特种机器人，然后各种各样的协作机器人都在这个场馆里面。所以我们能看到，它并不是我们想象，就是第一印象当中的那种人形的机器人，但是它们已经在我们的生活中发挥了很多的作用。我们甚至可以在各种各样的场景中见到它们。So this place featured a lot of industrial robots that does not seem to be the pop up into our first impression of a robot, which look just like humans, but they actually play a practical role in our life already.
They look like simplified versions of humans. Some have, because some need to have cameras as well. So they have a stick and then they have two cameras that represent the eyes. And sometimes they're equipped with multiple sensors, vision, touch, hearing, and a gesture, so that they can function like a human being, but they not necessarily have the appearance of a human. And what we have here is a remote control rescue bot that can operate in water. So a lot of this is designed for disaster response. For example, when there's flood.
This one has been used in the flooding relief scene in northern China quite recently. So if you can see from the footage,
right?
Yes, yeah.
And compared to the service robots that we have seen, these are definitely larger in size. And I can stand next to it to compare. And you see how big this is. This is at least several meters long. Yeah. And for this one, this is not only firefighting, it can also remove obstacles along the way. So a lot of these robots are designed to be multi-purpose.
Very impressive. These have already been used in our real life. All right.您好，老师您好，我们是 CGTN 的记者，我们现在正在做一场直播，看馆直播，能请您帮我们介绍一下这款机器人？
我们手机留在这里。
您能帮我们介绍？
So what we're walking into now is the acidic heavy industries section, and you have a lot of the robots that are designed to face specific scenarios. For example, when there's an explosive environment, it can detect different temperatures, it can visualize and also diagnose whether there has been intrusive personnel. So there's a lot of different functions that it can produce. Sure. And what we're seeing, what do we have there? There's also a lot of disaster response and rescue robots here.
This is the intelligent fire control detective robot. It can be applied in some dangerous scenarios and see if there are some oil leaks or gas leaks, which can reduce the harm to the environment as much as possible. That's pretty much.
CCTV 记者是吗？
哎，您好，您好，我们正在做一场直播。All right, so let's take a look.
So this is the exhibition hall E, and this is mostly focused on heavy industries, and there's a lot of industrial robots that are of large size. But the next exhibition hall that we're going to walk into has more service robots, and what the robots that you would normally see in sci-fis.
Yes. Right.
But it's very interesting. You have been looking into the agricultural robots and some of the healthcare robots and humanoids yesterday, right?
Right.
So
So here
the
We
venue
are,
that we're
yes,
for
yes.
the World
This is the
Robot
venue
Conference.
for 2023 World Robot Conference. If you turn to here, it looks like a transformer. The red big guy.
A very good symbol.
Oh, 太好了，那我们来体验一下。Okay, we're gonna experience this
We're going
huge
to get
transformer.
inside the transformer.
Yes, yes, yeah. Let's do it. Okay,
You want to try?
Sure, sure. Let's try it together.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think it fits.
Okay, we're gonna enter this place.
I don't know if it
from
fits 2 people inside. I think there's only 1 seat.
We can try it on one by one. 我们接下来要来体验一下这个坐进这个变形金刚里面是什么样一种感受。这个变形金刚它是可以动起来的哈。All right, you can go first. No, 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 you can go first. 啊，我一会儿再上。Oh, right.
Okay.
OK。
您请解释一下。
这是我们研发的第一款量产型的机甲，然后呢，它实际上是我们自己研发的操作系统。一会儿如果您上去体验的话，这2个部分是前进后退，然后我们的所有的另外的操作都集中在2个我们特制的手柄上面。当你解锁的时候，就是勾住扳机，然后你向外推的时候，2个胳膊就会抬起来，然后向内收就会收起来，然后呢向前举它就会抬，这样后退，包括上面有些按钮可以通过手部的抓取，包括头部的运动等等的。
So this is the one of the first. 这是第一款，对不对？第一款量产的。Okay, this is the first armored vehicle, armored machine that's in mass production right now, and I can control this machine by using pedals and handles inside. And now I'm going to try it out. 但是这个总的来说，它应用是在哪方面呢？
它的应用我目前是有几个场景，一个呢是特种作业，比如说抗震、抢险、救灾，因为它可以快速的去清理一些障碍，或者说地震之后的我们清理一些楼板或者碎石。另外一点的话，我们配有雷达和人体热感扫描，它可以快速检测出里面的生物。比如说，当遇到地震的时候，它可以开进去，快速把楼板举起来，把里面的人救出来。同时呢，它是一个基础型的平台，之后还可以用于比如说消防或者说特种运输。还有一点呢，就比较有意思的，实际上是2017年我们发布了中国第一台机甲大圣号，在鸟巢和美国的第一台机甲还有一个约战，网络上叫做中美机甲约战。所以这台机甲还有一个特殊的使命，如果说美方的机甲愿意应战，我们这个适合说吗？
不用了，来这样。
OK
小然你先去试，然后呢，
您试
我来跟这位师傅聊，
好
然后您得帮我们记者，就是对，帮他系一下安全带，就是操作一下，麻烦师傅帮忙协助一下，谢谢，小心一点啊 ，Be careful, watch out. Yeah, we're gonna try this out. 小心啊。
我是央美的老师。
OK 啊，
就是对，非常标准。
这样可以啊，好。
我把上面合上，这样你的腿才会稍微。
Oh, interesting. Now, what you see now is our reporter Chen Yuan. Our reporter Chen Yuan experiencing this large robot. She's trying to operate the huge guy, and she's starting the engine right now. It's a very fresh experience, I'm sure. We need some professionals here. Oh, wow. Interesting. So, Chen Yuan is in the driver's position. Wow. So you see what happened right here. Oh, wait a sec. So yeah, she has to be in the robot, and now she's operating it. How do you feel, Chen Yuan? She's getting there. Don't worry, she's getting there. So the expert is guiding Chen Yuan to make sure that she knows how to operate this huge guy. Now it's a film scene. Oh my God. Whoa, she's getting there. Oh, be careful with the arm. Wow. 我是不是应该？ Okay, Chen Yuan gives us a gesture that she's pretty satisfied with this brand new experience. Wow, be careful! Oh, 小心! Be careful, Xiaoyuan. Wow, how do you feel? How did you feel?
It's very humid inside.
Very humid.
But I feel like
is it easy
I
to
feel like
operate
I inadvertently did a lot of damage because I wasn't aware.
You've done some damage already. It's okay. It's your first time, right?
I wasn't aware of what I could do with such a machine.
Yeah.
With such a large size, and I don't know if it was introduced, but because of the size, you can effectively do a lot of stuff in disaster response as well. You can clear large obstacles that a human might take. It might take 10 people to remove. Right. Right. So, what did I do? Can you explain what I did here?
So this big guy's hand has just removed, smashed into the ground. Yeah, but that's okay. It's just, and we got scared when you were operating this large machine. Yeah,
so
very bad.
This also explains why the robot application contest is so important. Yeah. The machine needs to be operated by the right people and trained professionals, and not me, who just got into there by chance.
You did good enough, really. So yeah, that's pretty much for.
Try also.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm sure if I sit down there, everybody's got to get out of here.
Clear.
Right? Yeah.
Clear the area.
Yeah. Please just clear the area, just in case. 如果我再试一下的话，可能大家都得清场了。这个机器人太厉害了。Okay, all right. So let's walk around and go to some other places. Yes. Wow, this is brand new experience.
Definitely brand new. There's also inside it's equipped with different screens, so you can partially see what's going on outside. You can see the cameras attached to the different wings, the right arm and then also the left arm. So I could see in the end that I was smashing the arm on the ground.
Oh, so you can see what's happening out there.
I can see partially. You can see yes. So that definitely helps with the camera. Then you can see the outside environment, and there's also a lot of different buttons on the handle. So there's a fail-safe. There's a safety button, so I have to press the button in order to operate.
Sure.
So yeah, and of course it is capable of more intricate movement. For example, grabbing something.
Right.
So what I was doing was only moving the arm area, but I'm sure that it can also.
There are more functions.
There are more functions
yeah.
than what I was capable of.
This is really interesting. This site provides a lot of interactions for people with robots.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're not just standing there for us to watch, but we can also sit inside and operate it and see how human can collaborate with the robots in many ways.
Right. And this place is not only for industrial professionals, this conference, but also for general audiences that are very interested in robots. So it's a good way to interact with the audience by providing some of the fun or entertainment robots.
Right. Fun and entertaining robots. We are about to see them. Right. So this is another area for exhibition. Yesterday we've toured just the tip of the ice of it. It's actually very large. And now we're going to back to the place and see something different. And we saw a lot of people today, more people than yesterday. That's because today is the first day that this whole conference is open to public.
Yeah. On my way here, so I took the subway here, and there are a lot of exciting students, obviously participating in the contest. And it's really interesting to see that people of such young age, for example, primary school students participating in robot competitions. That really gets the technology developing.
So this place is for brain-computer interface. And there are so many crowds here because people try to experience this BCI robot, see how the signals from the brain can be captured by the machines. Wow, this is really crowded. Okay, so maybe we can try something else and come here later.
There are a lot of interesting applications with a brain-computer interface. One of the games that we saw here is a tug of war of the mind. And if you're focused enough, then you can win the other side by a mind tug of war. This I've never experienced. I wonder how we would do in a contest like this.
Yeah. Okay, so we go down to that direction. Along the way, you are seeing over 600 products of all kinds of robots unveiling in front of us. They can be applied in factories. Real possible.
And this healthcare robot is, and also this healthcare robot is very intricate, and it allows you to essentially see inside the patient's abdomen and use very intricate equipment to dissect. What is being shown here is essentially a flower petal. And that's the extent of how minimally invasive it is that the incision is not really big, and the machine can operate within. And you can see the flower petals inside. Yes.
How this robot is capable of doing. It's now peeling the flowers.
If we come here, then you can see that this person is actually having a go at the machine. Even though now we're seeing a double imagery here, but with a 3D glass, what they're seeing is quite like the real thing. So and if you turn to the left here, that's where the machine is really, where it's really located. And you can see how small the machines really are and how precise the movements are. It's something so delicate as cutting 1 millimeter of flower petals. And this is the surgery procedure that's being carried out in a lot of hospitals in China now.
Right. So we can imagine if a robot is conducting a surgery for us, it's aiming to make the whole procedure safer and less invasive.
And there's and this is also combined with some of the 5G technology development.
Right.
I've heard of cases where doctors can remotely operate a surgery. For example, I can operate in Beijing. And
For those who just joined us, For those who just joined us on the CGTN live stream, since we are here in a very crowded area, our signal might went wrong sometimes, but please make sure you stay tuned with us on the live cross. Today is the first day that the conference opened to the public. That's why you can see the enthusiasm of the public to robots. So many people are passionate about robots, no matter where they are.
Especially humanoids.
Right. No matter where they come from or walks of life, people are coming here today. And our signal might went wrong in such a crowded environment, but please make sure that you stay tuned with us. A lot of humanoids are made into very cute shape, like pandas.
I also got to play with Xiaomi's CyberDog 2 yesterday, and it is equipped with 19 sensors of vision, touch, and hearing. So you can basically pet the dog, essentially.
Oh.
You can touch its chin, and it will respond in the way that a dog would. Wow. Basically wagging its tail and showing that he likes you.
So in the future, robotic dogs might replace an actual dog in our life, and we don't have to take care of them.
Yes.
And they can still give us a company.
There's also a MetaCat that I experienced. That one is mostly designed for elderly people and people with Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not as mobile as some of the cyber dogs that we saw.
Yeah.
You know how cyber dogs can do backflips and they can do handstands now.
Yeah.
But this MetaCat, it's mostly stationary and it can move its head somewhat, but mostly it responds to you, your voice, your gestures, your petting, and it offers you an emotional companionship. So I think this is a really good application for especially those with in need of emotional support.
Sure. Now we are slowly approaching to the end of the exhibition area. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at this one. 现在踢足球都可以用机器人了哈。The robot is moving on the surface of a football. See how flexible it is. 所以这一家叫趣轮科技。It's very interesting with very interesting wheels. It can do just so much better than humans, hopefully.
And also one of the interesting functions here is how do you maintain a balance that you avoid falling off?
Right.
For example, if I sit on a yoga ball, I risk falling off, but
Sure.
a machine won't do that.
Yeah.
And here you also have a very
Tiny robot over there.
that only has two wheels.
Uh-huh.
And it's usually pretty difficult for a robot that's so small.
Yes.
You see how it's balancing
Yes.
the thing that's up there.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the key functions. And that's why it's called a balance car.
Balance car, right? 就是这个小小的，拍底下这个小小的，对。It only has two wheels, but it's capable of keeping the balance. Okay. Shall we move on? So 所以在这个展区，平衡力是机器人的一个主要的展示特点。刚才我们看到的那个只有2个小轮子的小机器人，还能保持那么好的平衡力。然后有3个轮子的机器人，甚至可以站在足球上来回运动，也不会掉下去。
And what do we have here, Jiaxin?
I think here is a wrestle robots competition arena.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Shaped like a real wrestling.
yes, real wrestling venue. Hopefully at around 11 o'clock they're going to give us a competition between the wrestling robots.
And here are some of the wrestling robots that will be in competition. They're very small, but they're very feisty, and they can fight. So this place is specialized in exoskeletons, and it's mostly used in industrial settings. For example, a worker that has to deal with heavy lifting on a daily basis can use this equipment to help reduce some of the load that they're carrying. And there are some of the full body equipment like this man is wearing now, but then there's also one that's for the upper body and for the lower body as well. So it really depends on the industrial setting you're working with.
One of the highlights of this company is that their products have been applied to the movie, which is The Wandering Earth. During the movie, actors
we were temporarily dealing with some difficulty, and now we'll be consulting with an expert about how this really functions and what are some of the key technologies behind it.
Its energy source is a battery, and it can pull you up when you try to carry something, and it can also protect your waist because when someone is trying to carry something, the most dangerous part, the most endangered part is their waist because it has to carry. Sorry.
Very heavy loads.
Yeah.
那大概一般的话，它会减多少的重量呢？
这个是我们是30公斤，30公斤，因为它其实不是减重量，它的这个辅助的力是辅助的30公斤，对。然后它这个就是不会超过人最大能承受的极限，因为如果要是比如说你一个人就是你起身的这个力量只有50公斤的话，如果我们这个做到60公斤，有可能这10公斤就会伤到你，因为这10公斤是你完全无法控制的地方。
So this one is, this can reduce weight up to 30 kilograms, and it's designed to protect your voice.
it's helping me flying now.
So how do you feel?
Wow, I feel so light. So I can make movement so much easier than before because this robot is helping me doing a lot of movements right now.
So you're wearing an upper body exoskeleton, right?
Yes, yeah, this is an exoskeleton. And
像我们在那个飞机的一些制造啊，或者汽车制造里面，经常要举手的作业的，或者说我们有些安装作业的，就比较重的，或者我们在一些救援类的场景，我们举个例子，拿着水枪一直要这样举着的。 去消防的一些作业场景，它都是可以去应用。
Okay.
对臂力的一个增强。
Oh, okay. So in a lot of scenarios, it will help you to lift things up, especially in like fire control, firefighting, and rescue scenes. During a lot of natural disaster relief scenes, you can put things up. Lift them without, making much effort.
And also in a lot of, for example, in building a plane, or you're assembling some parts, and you require some overhead working,
Right.
then you would need an equipment like this.
Yes.
But I imagine that an air hostess can also find this helpful when they're lifting
things up.
lifting a carriage for a passenger.
That's
Let me
impossible
help you.
for me. Yeah. So shall we try something?
帮你拿一个。这个帮你开了吧。
我想试一下这个。
我给你一个哑铃。
So now we're going to try first with some weightlifting. She's doing it quite effortlessly. So what she's doing is that this weighs 7.5 kilograms, and what we're doing now is we're going to try it with the function turned on and also with the function turned off. But you wouldn't be able to lift it.
Yes, it's impossible for me. Without the help of the robotic arm with the exoskeletons, I wouldn't be able to lift the 17 kilogram. It's a 7.5 kilogram stuff, right? 确实，如果没有这个帮忙的话，我指定是举不起来的。对。OK， 谢谢。哎呀，他现在还是在给我一个向上的力，所以我就会时间看起来像在正常一样。
So it automatically lifts you up with the framework.
Yes.
And to be honest, it amazes me that it seems to be such a heavy equipment. I thought that it would add more weight.
Right, but actually it's electrical and it, pulls me up.
Does it not feel like a backpack on your back?
It did feel like a backpack, but it's not heavy enough.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very. And this one is a full body exoskeleton. And what it does is, this man looks like it can walk on outer space or walk on the surface of Mars, perhaps.
Oh, right. Wow. The exoskeletons.
国内第一台商业化的全身型的这种外骨骼机器人，一般通常我们看到的很多都是那种下肢的、腰部的，但这种全身型的还是比较少的。它主要针对一些特殊的一些场景，一方面有像一些医疗的，我们对一些全身型的要去助力的；另外一块还有一些应急的一些这种特种行业。然后，因为它不单有臂力，像您刚刚体验的只是臂力，那它还会有背负的，或者说行走的、抬腿的一些助行，因为它的整个重量是沉在地面的。这个设备的多重跟你人没有关系。
Oh, that's so much better. So you don't feel like getting a backpack, carrying a backpack. It's the first commercialized whole body exoskeleton device in China. 那这个在
These were used in rehabilitation areas. For example, with someone with very weak muscles and in need of rehabilitation, this would help them to, for example, walk again or move their arm muscle again. And this is also, they're also closely cooperating with some of the universities and working with brain-computer interface technology so they can help people to really move their muscle or help move their muscle with while capturing brain signals.
这一套系统可以帮助他在其他星球上面去行走吗？
对，我们希望未来在《流浪地球3》当中，对吧？有这样的可以跳离地球，然后到更多的场景当中去应用。其实我们一个目标就是希望未来外骨骼能做得更便宜、更轻巧，然后覆盖到我们的千家万户。因为其实我们大量的患者，无论从医疗的场景还是我们在户外的一些场景，其实更多的是就是这种场景呢，其实就是在家用或者说民用，大家的这种需求是更大的啊，不单单我们像现在在医院啊或者在一些大的一些机构里面，其实那种呢还是偏贵的，所以我们未来希望能够做得更便宜、更小巧，然后能够应用更大的人群。
Hopefully in the future it can be made more budget friendly. And be applied to more people and benefit them. So now comes the question: how expensive is the whole device?
Yes.
就是它现在有多贵呢？
现在这种全身型的话，基本上在40-50万左右。这种半身型的话就4-5万左右。所以我们未来希望能够做成一个手机的价格。那这样的话就是可以让更多的人能用得起，然后也能去普及啊。
Let's say it can cost at most 50,000 RMB right now for the whole skeleton, exoskeleton device. But if only the upper part, that would cost like 1/10 of the price. But still, it's not too budget-friendly for the general public.
Yeah. So the goal is to make it as the same price as, for example, a phone.
Yeah.
And then you can, perhaps it's a bit expensive for your budget, but then you can still afford it in some case. And in this way, it can also assist your working as well.
OK， 谢谢您。
谢谢。
好的。Let's go this way. That's pretty much for it today. What surprised you just now?
I was surprised by the contrast. I thought that such a machine would be quite heavy, but you said that it felt really light, and that actually shocked me because I didn't think that that would be possible to add some weight but then also reduce the weight.
Sure. So how capable they are already surprised us. And this is only the second day of the 2023 World Robot Conference. Ahead of us, there are still, it's going to run all the way to next Tuesday. So please stay tuned to our CGTN live stream, and we're going to bring you more if we find something even more interesting.
I'll see you in the future.
Sure. Until next time. Bye-bye.